Halls of a Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stalled, pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving in grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. You can see.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Friday edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Sorry about the delay, but my computer crashed on me today, and thank God for my boys at Russell and the guys over at Collaborative Logic. They had to rebuild all my windows and everything and get me set up, and it took them a while, and then I had to recreate all my graphics, which when you see the show, you'll see some different graphics if you've been following this, which of course I know you guys have. But starting to show off, I see where my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com has just joined me. Are you there, brother?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man? How's your trip coming down?
Ebony.
And Ivory.
What's going on?
You just can't let that go, can you?
Nope.
Can't let that go.
It's going to be the greatest entrance ever.
No, we're not doing that, man. No, we may do that. If we end up putting the live stream on podcast on Spotify, then we can use that if they have that as one of their songs. You're allowed to use that if we end up going and turning this into our live stream into where people can go and look at it on podcast. But there's really no need to do that when you can just, you can go to mcsportsnetwork.com. Let me put that up here. You can go to mcsportsnetwork.com and you can look on it and you can view any of our shows all the way through. So there's really no need for people to do that. This is a lot easier, I think, Drew, whether you can just pop on and go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com and you can view any of the shows.
My Paul McCartney rendition.
Oh, my God, dude. I just can't.
I was waiting for you to come in on the back end.
No, I wasn't doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm the one that's supposed to be saying Everly. Thank you. You say Ivory. I don't think Michael Jackson's the one that said Ivory. But
that's why I was waiting for you.
Yeah, I know you were. That's why it didn't happen. No, it's not the ones and twos on here. We're not spinning the ones and twos today, bro. I mean, hey, tell you, after this computer crash, and man, boy, I was so frustrated. I got it. I mean, had everything all ready to go, getting ready to pack up and head over to cutting up to get my hair trimmed all up, and my computer crashed on me. Right when it did right when I was doing the question of the day. It just completely crashed. I said, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And anyway, my guys, it took them about 2.5 hours, 3 hours to completely rebuild my windows and get everything set up. So, I want to apologize for being late, but we are on and we are doing this, and you and I are doing our thing. Except it's not 2 o'clock; it's actually 5:30. So, but anyway, hey, we're going to talk about OU softball. Wow, Drew, 4-6, 4 championships in 6 years. The transfer portal has not been unkind to the Sooners, and then you see where the baseball got OU baseball. They won today 5-4, by the way, in Blacksburg.
Yeah, they Vatech damn near came back and beat them.
Yeah, they did. But they held on, and they got those 3 quick runs early in the first and second, and then 2 in the fourth, and they held on. That's what you got to do.
That's like listening to fingernails on a chalkboard for me, watching them play.
Well, we have to be sportsmen, and we have to watch, and we have to be versatile. And this is a sports show.
If I had to watch this.
See, that's why he broke up right there, because you were getting ready to say something nasty about OU. That's why you broke up, man. That's the God telling you to be nice, man. You know that, Drew? Everything you just said, it did not come through.
They're playing really well.
I know, but everything you just said did not come through. Hey,
I'll
let's
tip my
talk.
cap to them. They're playing real
They are. I agree 100%. They're playing well. But how about the softball team? Dude, wow. You know what they remind me of, Drew? They remind me of when the Warriors got Kevin Durant. They were unbeatable. You know, you stick in there and you beat them, but man, to beat them twice or to beat them in a series, I I just didn't see it happening.
They're dominant.
I mean, even when they scored those 2 runs, I'm just going, okay, Texas, y'all scored great. You know, it wasn't going to last, and they just went boom, 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 boom. And it's funny, did you know that that Allo, she was going to, the OU coach came from Oregon, and he turned down, he canceled her scholarship. Did you know that? And she ended up transferring to OU and just killing them and being the two-time college player of the year in 21 and 22. Now, how much joy do you think she had? Said, "Oh, you didn't want me? Okay, well, let me show you." And you know, and I thought Lauren Chamberlain was incredible.
You know, I got to brush.
What'd you say?
I got to brush up on my softball.
Well, your uncle Randy Wright gave me those
to-do list.
Well, Randy Wright gave me those little tidbits about that today. We were talking because because he had called me, and we were last night, and we were talking about, you know, right after the game. I don't know if did you see the game at all? The OU softball game in Texas, right there at the end.
I watched a little bit of it.
Well, right at the end when the Texas coach was pissed off. Did you see him point as soon as the game was over? Did you see that part? Did you even see that? There was like a little snippet
I was watching a hockey game at that point.
Okay, well, there was a snippet where they switched right to Texas's bench right after the game, and the head coach was holding the assistant coach back. And so Randy Wright of YNB, he called me. He goes, "Hey, did you see that?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What happened?" I go, "Man, I have no idea." I thought initially that an OU fan had said something to him, which would, you know, be par for the course in today's the way the fans, or right up fans' alley. Period. The way fans are these days, it's not necessarily the OU, but just fans in general. And so anyway, so the day he called me and he told me what ended up happening was, you know, when they hit the home run, and, you know, they go get the ball and the ball goes to the mom or the parent of the person with the home run. Well, remember Texas hit the home run, and then the ball bounced back into the field of play. And then they kept the ball and they threw it in the home plate. The umpire had it. And then the very next out, of course, she hits it the second, you know, and then boom, it's out. Or she pops it up or whatever it was. Anyway, game was over. So the Texas coach was asking for the ball, for the mom. And the umpire apparently was being very rude about it. So the Texas coach got fired up because he's like, well, you know, Oklahoma hit all these home runs and y'all quickly ran to give them the ball. But I'm like, okay, first of all, that's the official. That's the umpire. That is not, It did not go into the stands, and that's not up to the people who run the World Series, you know, the Softball Hall of Fame. That's not them. He is the umpire. Right. But, you know, what Randy and I did agree is the fact, Drew, that sportsmanship-wise, that umpire knew the rule.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know the rule, and it's just a tradition. And then why are you going to be agrimonious about it when you should just here, take the ball?
That's a big word you just used.
Oh,
agrimonious.
Wow.
I like it.
See, you know, I'm trying to make a point. You just got to go left on me, don't you? See, Trish
needs Friday afternoon.
Trish
We're
needs to be
on it too.
Trish needs to be regulating you. How come she's not regulating you right now in the car? Can she hear me? Trish, regulate him for me, please.
Got my sidekick.
Yeah, that's my girl, man. I love me some Trish, man. You already know that. How she puts up with you, we don't know. Well, she's a blessed woman.
Very slowly.
But she just worn down. You wore down after what has it been now? 12 years, 15 years? How long has it been?
20 years.
Has it been 20?
Yep.
Dude, she should have way more gray hair than that dealing with you than what she has.
Gets it colored once a month.
Is that what it is? Hey, man, don't tell women secrets. Don't tell the women secrets. But anyway, Drew, back to the OU softball. I want to congratulate them. 4 championships in 6 years.
That's pure dominance. They beat the crap out of those girls.
I mean, those bats, dude, it's just crazy. Yeah. But also, you know, speaking of the transfer portal, we were talking about that. 3 of the 4 pitchers in this series all were transferred in from different schools.
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, I want to play on the biggest stage, and I want to be able to, to get my name out there. So I thought that was interesting that the transfer portal was working for these ladies in softball. And then, Baylor's one of Baylor's best players transferred to OU baseball, which I thought was interesting, how you transfer in conference. I don't think that should be fair. I don't think you should be allowed to transfer in conference. I
Yeah,
that's
I would agree.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because back in the day, if you transferred out of the conference, you had to sit out 1 year. If you transferred in conference, you had to sit out 2. So to me, if you want to go through the transfer portal and you want to transfer to an in-conference school, you should have to sit out a year. You shouldn't be able to transfer to a school in I don't think that's right because all
It really
the
doesn't happen. As many transfers as we have these days, it really, you would think it happened more. It really doesn't happen that often.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't. But it's just interesting to me that it happened at all. So, but
I
anyway,
think mainly, you see like if you're transferring, say you're at OU or OSU or Kansas, normally, the conferences are regional, and normally if you see a transfer, they either go back home, California, New York,
Florida,
upper Midway, somewhere like that, and they don't really stick around the region where they're playing in right now, normally.
yes, unless it's just like my parents, they decided I was going to Arkansas because that nice man Eddie Sutton came in and he was telling us all kinds of nice things. He was so nice. I bet he was. I bet he was. But anyway,
the door closes.
Hey, you know exactly how that deal was. But anyway, want to thank you again. Shout out to the OU softball. Congratulations on them winning their 4th.
And congratulations to their baseball team.
And
one more.
OU won one more. They got to play tomorrow. They got to win 2 out of 3, so they got to play again tomorrow.
And they threw their ace today, so
they did.
We'll see.
And so we'll see how that works. Hopefully, that works out for them and they make it. I'm only it's a team from Oklahoma, so I'm gonna wish them well, even though it is hard for me. But I'm gonna wish them well that they win. And by the way, Uwe von Schaman.
I'm not real happy.
Well, let me shout out to Uwe because. Oh well, we're not. I don't want to talk about Oklahoma State. I'm done with them, man. I'm in a good mood, and don't ruin my mood. Don't put me in a bad mood thinking about how we gave up 11 runs in the 7th and 8th. Don't get me started with that, man. Don't. I'm in a good mood.
Ruined my Saturday. I had plans to be at the ballpark at 11 a.m. Maybe a couple beers at Eskimo Joe's. Pull in Saturday night.
Yeah. Nope. But anyway, why you got to bring up the bad stuff? So, but anyway, we're gonna switch off. We're gonna go into the NFL. How about those Rams? They signed.
I mean, did they not have salary cap rules? I guess. I don't know.
But I think he got creative. Les Snead got creative. Just like the Kansas City Chiefs GM. How did you sign out everybody? How you signing all these guys and you had $5 in cap space, and you giving Patrick Mahomes $200 million? You give him this. How are you doing that?
It's not like they're just giving him a little bit of money. I mean, Aaron Donald's $100 million. And then
Cooper Kupp's $90
million.
No. He got $75 million guaranteed.
Well, I mean, a $40 million increase.
Yes. But I mean, my thing is this. I'm like Shannon Sharp. Your boy, what's his name? SB. I can't even say his name. Anyway, he's sitting there talking about how Cooper Kupp is this and that, and Shannon was like, "Okay, first of all, he had 1 year." He hadn't had 1,000. He's been in the league 3 years. He had 1 year. Yep. And I tell people all day long, I don't get excited over anybody over 1 year. Anybody, when they don't see you coming, you can do a lot of things in 1 year because they don't know. The question is, you come back and you do the same thing, then yes. But you got to remember, the first person to do it was Jerry in 90, and then 92, Shannon's brother, Sterling. Boy, he was good. God, people just don't know how good he was. He was an absolute monster. He should did
the majority of it in the cold weather.
Yeah, and my thing is this: he's like Gale Sayers. He's one of those guys who would have been in the Hall of Fame. So, injuries kept him back. A major injury kept him back. So, to me, he should be in the Hall of Fame based on what his projected finishing numbers would have been. You know what I'm saying? Especially playing with Brett Favre. So, but anyway, then you came back after that. Steve Smith And I still don't know how Steve Smith got all the catches he got. What was he, 5'9", 5'10", or whatever he was? I still don't know how
Good
productive
hands.
he was. He was incredible. And then, of course, Cooper Kupp did it 13 years after Steve Smith did it. But, Drew, my point is that you look at them, they signed Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Bobby Wagner. I mean, and the kid Robinson, the wide receiver from Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They got. I'm like, dude.
He's just a nice little dime piece to
Yeah, he is.
add into it. Little
And,
third down guy.
and who they gonna end up getting again? I think they're gonna pay OBJ. I think they'll get OBJ.
Yeah, probably about third game of the year.
Yeah, I think they'll re-sign him back. So that's incredible. But the reason why I was saying that is your boy Lamar Jackson is sitting out, and by the way, he's his own agent. And and Shannon made a good point. He goes, the reason why you should have representation is because your owners are going to tell you.
Concentrating on football, number one.
Yeah, number one. But also the owners are going to be telling you, your agent usually you don't hear what they say. Here you are, you ain't Patrick Mahomes, and you ain't this, you ain't that.
Right.
And they're going to be telling them this straight to his face.
Yeah,
why they don't want to pay him.
A lot of feathers get
ruffled, right. That's why you have an agent, so he can kind of be the buffer between what they said and what you actually hear that they said. And, but the bottom line is the Cleveland Browns started it. He's like, look, I was a unanimous MVP. I need 230 guaranteed minimum.
Right.
But the question is if that contract is even going to stay up, and I don't think it's going to last, Drew. I don't think that contract with Deshaun Watson is going to make it. I don't think he. I don't think it.
Not of all the what did we talk about Monday? The drip stories.
Yep.
Here, there, another story. Eventually, the NFL and the Cleveland Browns are going to have a way out.
Yep.
They're going to have.
Well, that's a conduct clause. That's an easy way out. That's why they have that in there. But
they may just give him $15 million just to sit out.
Yeah.
And not fight it.
Well, I mean something. Well, here's the the agent or the attorney for that idiot dude. He is the epitome of what an agent looks, what an attorney looks like. That's, if you want to call him, I don't want to even get in trouble here, but somebody that you don't look like an agent.
I was trying to remember the name of that attorney that went to prison. That was the attorney for the porn star that Trump messed around with. And then remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
He had tax evasion. Went to prison.
Well, of course, he's that type dude. That's the type of guy that does that. But right. I looked at him, and now he's suing. Now he's suing the Houston Texans. Okay, first of all, guy, if you're a really sharp attorney, don't you know all of this now? How does the New York Times know stuff that you don't know?
Yeah, right.
How is that? I mean, I know a bunch of attorneys, and I can promise you, if they got some people and they've got a big high-profile case like this, Drew, I promise you they knew that the Houston Texans had provided 60 some of those. Where'd y'all come from? Who set it up for you? How'd you get it?
About hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes.
Everything is out on the table.
Yep.
Everything.
And I saw where he had.
They're going to know what you had for breakfast 2 months ago and where you went, and let me see those hotel receipts and all that stuff. All that. Sign you to $160 million or whatever the hell.
All that, and he didn't know any of that. The New York Times knew that. Now I'm like, didn't you have them? Didn't you have a deposition with the Houston Texans? You clearly you didn't know all this information. What kind of attorney are you? If I was those girls, I'd be looking to go get me somebody else. That's what I would be doing. But I agree with you. He's in all kinds of trouble, brother. He is in absolute trouble. But, the Cleveland Browns, what were y'all thinking? Oh, y'all were thinking winning the Super Bowl. That's why you gave him $230 million guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's insane, Drew.
There's got to be some sort of clause in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is their out.
Clause.
This is their out. I mean, if they decide to go, hey, look, because there's no way he's not.
Honestly, if you're the Browns, you don't want out. You want that to get solved and let's get it over with. Give me the suspension and let's move on.
Whatever it is,
they can start dealing with their future because that we've already talked about. They're not going to keep Mayfield, so Mayfield's out. Let's say Watson's out. So now you got to have you got Jacoby Brissett
coming
up. You got to figure out what you're going to do.
Well, you got Jacoby Brissett as your quarterback now.
That's a pretty good backup.
And he's not bad.
He can win 7-8 games.
He can get you through that. Plus, with the defense they've got in the running game and the offensive line, he can get them through some stuff. So they'll be okay. But Baker would have been much better. But Drew, what happens if you're the Browns and Baker was your quarterback and he goes 8-0?
Mm-hmm.
9-0.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day.
Do
you keep him or?
I mean, what do you do? Yeah, I mean, you're in a no. I mean, you have to get rid of him at that point, but you will probably get a first-round draft pick out of him, or a second round, or you know what? You'll get some picks if he's doing that.
No, you'd probably get a first rounder.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. I mean, you look at it, you're going, hey, that's what it comes down to. But I was sitting there thinking about that. I'm going, man, these athletes and the stupid stuff that they do. But he had him signed. I mean, I'm like, you're getting him to sign NDAs, but, what are you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
It's like these guys bringing girls up there and these girls cry rape at the end. Why are you going up to a guy's room at 3 a.m. when you know he wants to have sex with you? You know that's the only reason why he's coming up there. Yeah, I mean, come on now. And they're like, oh, I just want to go hang out. Really? Okay.
I mean, there's got to be a movie on Deshaun Watson coming out soon with this.
30-30. 30-30. Got to be a 30-30 on that. Got to be a 30-30. Got to be a 30-30. But my deal is this. I don't understand these guys, man. When a woman says no, that's no. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
When she says no, that's no. Okay? No is no. But the problem is, Drew, when you're single, there's no and then there's no. There's those girls that say no, but they're pulling their clothes off. And then there's the girls that say no and they really mean it. And as a guy, and you're drunk and you're wasted, sometimes it's kind of hard to go, okay, are you saying no, yes? Are you saying no, no? And those girls that say no, yes, get the ones that mess up the girls who say no, no. But you gotta understand, you gotta know when a woman's pushing you away, dude, that means stop. There's no yes in there anyway. When she's pushing you away, that means stop, whatever the hell you're doing.
Yeah,
so
and he's going to do whatever he can to keep that out of court. So.
Yeah, dude. Well, he offered him $100,000 each. Really?
Yeah, he lowballed that one.
That was stupid. That's stupid.
I mean, you just got paid $230 million. If you give him $1 million each, that's $66 million. You're only a
Well, I mean, what do you? Well, if you. Well, no. It was only 22 of them. It was only 22 at the time. So give them $1 million each and be done.
Okay, I got you.
It was 22. So just give them $1 million each and be done. But when that
they probably would have taken $1 million.
We're taking $1 million, and he would have taken $1 million because he's getting 30% of $20 million. His career is set. He's got $6 million. So that attorney is set right there. But man, it's just frustrating. I feel sorry for the Browns. I feel sorry for Deshaun, and most of all, I feel sorry for those women who had to go through that.
I kind of feel sorry for Baker.
Baker's problem, to me, Baker, like I said, Drew, a long time ago, when Baker got hurt, he should have shut himself down and had surgery. Then none of this would have been a moot point. He wanted more money. He didn't want the amount of money that they wanted to pay him. He got in trouble because he got greedy. He bet on himself, and he bet wrong. So, but that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we want to thank our sponsors, especially my guys, Collaborative Logic. Man, oh man, did they take care of me today? I freaked out when my computer went down. So if you got any computer needs, your laptop goes down, or you got your network goes down, call my guys over at Collaborative Logic and my guy Russell. They'll take care of you. Call Mark Long at SRB if you got any engineering, surveying, or planning needs for your business. Oak Grove Trucking, my boy Jose Fierro, if you need something hauled off in his dump truck. And my guys over at Nafco, Max and Greg Napier, or should I say Greg and Max Napier. I don't want Greg getting mad at me, Drew, putting his son's name in front of his. You know how dads get sometimes when you put your name in front of them, they get a little testy with that stuff. So, all right, brother, tonight, let's go over your picks, brother. Got Golden State. You took the money line plus 150, brother. And then, of course, I didn't hear a word Drew said, but anyway, he took the Golden State Warriors in the money line plus 150, and he took the Golden State Warriors in the first quarter plus 1.5. He took the first half. Now Drew is doing first half, halftime. Who's next thing I know, he's going to be doing every quarter here before the series is over with. Anyway, he's got first quarter. He's taking Golden State plus 1.5. The Warriors and Celtics for the first half, he's doing under 110 because he believes that the game will be under 214. Is that about sum it up there for you, Drew?
That does. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a little bit better now, but I'm saying, man, you took now.
Out of it.
Hey, my question is this: are you gonna be doing third quarter next? You started out with first quarter. Now you're first half. You're gonna be a third quarter. You doing a third quarter one next?
I might be. If I was, I'd take Golden State because they're killing in the third quarter.
Yeah, and then of course here we go with your Braves. I don't even know why I just leave.
Baby, chop chop.
You know what I need to do? I'm just not on your picks. When you send me picks, I'm just gonna leave the Braves names up there. I'm not even gonna take the Braves off the deal. I'm just leaving the Braves on there,
You'll
bro.
see when we get to football season, you just take the Big Red every week.
Oh, I'm not taking the Big Red. I'm not. We're not putting no Nebraska on my show, man. That ain't happening. Man. We ain't there. You might as well forget that crap. You might as well keep that on your website on HuskerDrewPicks.com.
I cut out on you there, but so back to I waffled a bit today, and Golden State at a +4, there's really not much value in it.
No.
Because if you think you're going to take it at +4, you will take the money line plus the 150 and get more for your money, and not be gambling on a 2, 3, 4 points.
Yes, agreed. Agreed, 100%. Now, why did you end up? What has made you start taking the first half?
Well, the first quarter I've been on
all year,
all series, and even in the conference finals. But this first half line, especially with Boston, I really liked Boston the other night in the first half. I think we all kind of knew they were going to come out blazing, and it was going to be up to Golden State in the third quarter to make a big run and then sustain it. But obviously, as we talked before, Draymond with 2 points, and Poole
and Clay and Clay.
So
and Clay, don't forget him.
Yeah, and Clay actually had a pretty good game 3. I mean, that's the bad thing. That's kind of scares me a little bit tonight. Is Clay and Curry both played pretty well in Game 3, but nobody else came along with them.
So. Well, we had talked about the Kevin Durant deal and why he went to Golden State, because Golden State, Draymond can run his mouth all he wants to. If they didn't have Kevin Durant, they were not going to beat LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers with Kyrie Irving. That wasn't going to happen.
Right.
They weren't going to win those next 2 series without KD. And that's why they went and got him. Immediately after the series over there, they went and got him. And KD knew that was the only place he could go. That's why I was telling these Oklahoma City fans, where else was he going to go?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where else? And I said, if you don't think Kevin Durant was the best player on that team, you need to go start taking some different kind of drugs, because whatever drugs you're taking has got your mind cloudy.
Stop watching basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not, to me, that's not even close. He was the best player on that team, because I got to tell people, and you and I have talked about this, basketball is the one sport, probably like hockey would be the same. A little bit better football, but football is not really the same because there's so many of them. Right. But basketball, there's only 5 of you. And if somebody's better than you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it's like football, if it's position-wise.
We're not watching 25 people running around out there. We're watching 10 guys. We can tell which one's a better one.
You know which one is better. You mean in basketball, hey, if somebody's better than you. I mean, there's just nowhere to hide. If somebody's better than you, they're better than you. So that's the one thing about that. They knew that KD was better than them, and there was no question about that. And I want to compliment you, Drew. 49-27.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah. Been on fire a little bit.
Dude, that's...
If I would just stop taking the Brewers, my record would be a lot better. Hey, there goes, guys.
Wait a minute. We didn't get to finish our baseball. Who did you take today? Oh, you took the Giants instead, huh? And I see you took my Yankees.
Went against your Dodgers.
Yeah, you did.
I took the Giants tonight with a little plus money.
Yeah, you did. But you know what? My Dodgers are going to handle their business, and you're going to lose just because you went against my Dodgers. I'm calling you out right there on that, brother. My Dodgers are going to take care of business with you just because you went the opposite direction. And hold on. It is the Giants. So
giant. A little
that is,
rivalry game Friday night in San Fran.
yeah, that's a little crazy when you think about that. How about those Yankees, though, baby? Minus 267, baby. How about them Yanks?
That just tells you how bad the Cubs are.
Yeah.
I mean, Cubs are struggling. That's a night game in New York. Yankees throwing their ace on Friday night. That should be pretty. That should be about as close to a lock as you can get. Even though I hate saying the word lock.
Yeah. My Yankees gonna handle their business. I have no doubt about that. You know what I mean? I don't doubt that at all, my brother. Okay, so now we're gonna go over what happened in the stats for the last game, Drew. Oh, I forgot to put my new graphic up there. I missed that. Anyway, the last game, 116, Golden State 15 of 40. Okay, and they were 15 of 37. Game 3. 46%.
Hitting 15 threes. Still, I mean, you should be able to win games hitting 15.
Yeah, but Drew, but the point.
Like I said, we've talked about this. Nobody else came along with them.
Yeah, but Drew, they shot 46% again. But this is the difference, like you and I talked about. 31 rebounds and only 26 points in the paint. And I had said Robert Williams is the difference with the Celtics because you have to have a rim protector, somebody can protect the rim, and then he can score as well, but you got to have a rim protector. Whereas the Celtics, on the other hand, were 13 to 35, and they only shot 48% from the field. And remember, the game 1, they shot 50. Game 3, they shot 37. Game 2, they shot 37. Game 3, they shot 48. So the 2 wins, they were 48 and 50, so they're shooting 50 49% average. Still shooting about the same number of threes. But when you look at rebounds, out-rebounding like you 16 rebounds, Drew.
Yeah, that's terrible.
16? You got to rebound about 16?
That's your 16 offensive rebounds,
correct?
Yeah,
they had 15 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Now, total rebounds, it was 31 to 47. But they out-rebounded but they had 15. It was 15 to 6, I believe, offensive rebounds.
Yeah, I mean,
and then free throws.
That correlates into about 14 points.
Yeah, but
14 points, which is not going to win games.
But Drew, they got outscored by 26 in the paint. And but Boston only shot. Golden State shot their average, and Boston's average was 17 free throws, and they shot 24. So
if you're Golden State tonight, do you start Looney and do you start Wiggins tonight?
Yeah, I do.
I think you got to. I think you got to get some size, and then Ollie. You got to put Ollie in there too.
Well,
I'm interested in how they shake up the lineup tonight.
Well, I mean, to me, you got to go with Clay. You got to go with Steph. You got to go with Wiggins. You got to go with Draymond. You got to go with Looney. But Draymond has got to. All Draymond gives a crap about is going to do his podcast. So, everybody talking about his podcast. That's all he talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he cares about. I mean, how you? My deal is this, Drew. Hey, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, Draymond Green would not have lost a game and went and did a podcast.
Right.
He would have been so mad and so but now it ain't the same to him anymore. He don't really care. He's about Draymond and what can I do for my future. He's about his future. He's not about right now. And to me, it's like they're talking about him being in the Hall of Fame. I can't put him in the Hall of Fame, dude. If you're scoring 2 points, averaging 5 points in the series, and you done lost.
I don't think Draymond's a Hall of Fame.
I don't either. But people talk about that.
Self-proclaimed best defensive player ever.
Yeah, supposedly. That's a joke. That's a joke. But I was sitting there just laughing at that stuff. So now, speaking of something, let's talk about your boy LeBron. Wants to open up a team. Wants to have a franchise in Vegas. How smart is that? He's a brilliant businessman, brother.
Oh yeah.
Now, you see where he's a billionaire. Tiger's he's back to being a billionaire again. I mean, it's like how many guys can be a billionaire, get divorced, give their wife $200 million, and then 8 years later they're back to being a billionaire again.
Crazy, isn't it?
That's just crazy, bro. That is just crazy. But
and Las Vegas will get a team here. If LeBron wants it, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but there's a lot of haters out there that that think LeBron's not going to be around the NBA. He's in the NBA to stay. He's going to be an owner.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the NBA for the
Well,
next
remember,
25 years.
he's part of that Fenway group, the group that owns part of the is it Manchester United? Which one is it in England that he owns? That he bought into, but people don't realize when that group came in, they brought LeBron in and gave LeBron a small stake. Okay, and then as it grew, then LeBron spent more money and bought a bigger stake. Okay, but it ain't like he went in there going, "Oh, I'm the Brit." No. You didn't go, but you made money. Then you came in and you bought a bigger stake. Kind of like the Lakers when they gave Magic, 10% of the Lakers, because Jerry Buss said there's no way that I would have been where we were if it wasn't for Magic and what he did. So we're going to reward him by giving him 10%, which of course allowed him to buy his $220 million. Was it $225 million? I think is what he gave to be part owner of the Dodgers, a minority owner. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
And you're a minority owner.
Yeah.
You're a minority owner at $225 million. But what did they pay? $1.3 billion for it, or $1.2 billion, or whatever they paid for it. So, but everything starts at the top. You got to have good ownership. Then you got to have good management. And the thing about management is about ownership is you got to have good management. Keep out of the management area. Mm-hmm. Stay away. You hire the right people and let them do what they do.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's a prime example for that.
Yep. Jerry Jones, prime example. The Lakers, Jenny Buss, all of a sudden you're in it. Kurt Rambis trying to be in. And the thing I think about Phil is you didn't want Jerry Krause in your meetings or in your practices or any of that stuff. And now you're telling the new coaches that what's our boy's name? Kurt Rambis should be in a meeting. Why are you in my meeting? Why are you for what?
Right.
Was Jerry West in your stuff, Phil, or was Jerry West managing from a distance?
Yeah, Jerry West managing from a distance.
He's like,
Phil to handle the business.
He's like, hey, what do you need, Phil? Let me go get it for you. Hey, I saw this kid. What do you think? You want me to get him? Yes, get him.
Exactly.
Because I can promise you, if Jerry West was the owner of the Lakers, or managing the Lakers, and Dr. Buss was there, I can promise you Russell Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony would not have been on the Lakers.
No.
They would have not been with the Lakers. He would have told LeBron, no, this is my team. If you want to come here, this is how we do things. We've won 16 rings without you.
Right.
Now, if you want to come get one and, help your legacy now. But LeBron, give me your odds on what do you think he will be there in 2 years, whether he'll be a Laker or a Warrior in 2 years?
I think he'll be a Laker. I think he will. That'd be dumb for him to leave. Look at the cash out he's got right now. That's the most marketed team in the NBA. So,
Yeah, but he if I hear him drop one more line about the Warriors.
Well, he sets it out there, so the Lakers will pay him that money.
Well, they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him the money regardless.
Mm-hmm.
He get paid. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get his money. So, all right. Well, hey, we're gonna take this minute. You know who, Drew? It's time for us to give your family a little love over here, Drew.
Yes, it is.
I want to thank my people at Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they do. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And we want
to go in, Carolyn. She appreciates you.
Yes. Yeah, go see Carolyn. She's going to appreciate you, all right. But anyway, hey, that's the bank that makes things happen. They're my peeps, and we want to thank them. We're supposed to be at Cutting Up today, Drew. Cutting Up Barbershop, 35 Northeast 36th. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 6. You can go see Keith, Lee, Sean, Chris, or Allison. So miss being with those guys today and seeing them. And, of course, we had our question of the day, Drew. And a couple of those guys gave us their answers. The other guys were waiting for us to come in, but as I said earlier.
Running back next week over there.
Yeah, we're running back. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to be back next week. I'm going to be there tomorrow. But I can't get there until till later, and they're closed at 4. They try to get out there early on Saturdays.
But you gotta go in there, you gotta get your fade
I
tightened
get my
up.
fade. Yes, it's a little thick right there. I need to get that thing trimmed up a little bit. It needs to be trimmed up. But so I'm missing that. But hey, speaking of that, okay, our question of the day. And by the way, people, we're gonna start trying to do a question of the day, and then here in the next couple of weeks, working on getting our sponsors, and then we're gonna have somebody sponsor the question of the day, and then we're gonna have that call in. And by all means, you can go to Drew Henthorn on Facebook or my page, Matt Clark on Facebook, and you can put in some things. Or at the bottom of the show, if you want to write your big three, that's fine, because every day we're gonna do a question of the day, and our question of the day is, who is your greatest big three team? Now, what's interesting in this, Drew, is that it's me, you, Keith, and Lee, okay? Our first pick was MJ, all 4 of us. Our second pick was Magic, all 4 of us. And then on our third picks, all of us were different. I had KD, you had Akeem, Keith had Shaq, and Lee had Bird.
Which all those are good picks.
All those are good picks. All of them give you something different.
You know what I find interesting, Matt, is that nobody picked LeBron.
I saw that. I thought that same thing. Not one person.
Not one
person. But now, of course, Drew, we're all old heads. Okay, the two youngsters, one of them would have picked LeBron. Chris would have picked LeBron first. He'd have picked him. His pick would have been MJ, LeBron, and then I don't know who is, probably Steph Curry. That probably would have been his 3. Sean, that would have probably been his 3. Sean would have probably taken MJ, LeBron, and man, I don't know who his third person would be. It's definitely somebody from this era. There's no doubt from this time slot. He may have taken KD as well. And the reason why I took KD is because I want a shooter, and I played in the 3-point shooting contest, or 3-point 3-on-3, and we lost because we had to play at 8:00 in the morning. You know me, on a Saturday morning, 8:00 in the morning, that wasn't a good draw for me. I didn't. We got down 11-0. And ended up losing 14-13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was bad.
And had to come back to the losers bracket hungover.
Yeah, it was bad. We struggled. It took us a while to get going, and then once we got going, and the dude hit a 3 basically right at the end for them to win. We were up 13-11, and he hit a 3 right there at the end to put them up 14-13, and the horn blew it almost like it went through the net and the horn blew. So it was definitely one of those things that you get pissed off about. But who? Okay, so now let's go back in yours. We're gonna go through your picks and your question today. Why did you take those 3?
Well, I mean, MJ is the most prolific scorer the NBA's ever seen. Magic, to me, is the best point guard the NBA's ever seen. And then you got Hakeem with the dream shape. I went for offense over defense. I could have very easily put Shaq in there, or Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell or somebody play the defense in, but I'm going straight scoring on 3-on-3.
Yeah, but Shaq is so dominant. None of the 3 guys we got are going to stop him. KD, Hakeem, or Bird.
Young Shaq, right?
Young Shaq. Yeah, that's what he said, young Shaq. Young Shaq. But, with me...
Shaq, is that what we're talking about?
Huh?
Are we talking about Orlando?
Orlando Shaq. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about Orlando Shaq. That's one, or early or 2000 Shaq when he went to the Lakers. That Shaq. That was when he was the most dominant. 99 through 2003, 4. Was it 2003?
Was he there? I think was he there 5 years?
It was 2000. Well, Kobe got there in 9?
99.
And then they won 2000.
2003, 2004.
They won what? 2000. They won 2000, 2001, 2000. Or they do 21.
2002, 2003 was 2000, 2001, 2002 was the back.
Yeah. So in those 3 years, he was just absolutely dominant, Drew. He was absolutely dominant. So that's Shaq. But it's the reason why none of us didn't take Kobe.
Well, I would have taken Kobe on my second team because I think him and Jordan are 1 and 1A. So.
Okay, so who do you, okay, let's go ahead. You and I will just do a second team. Who do you like on your second group?
I'd have Kobe, Bird, and Shaq.
See, on my second five, I'd have Allen Iverson,
Ooh,
Kobe.
I like it.
I'd have Allen Iverson, Kobe, and Kareem.
That's a good one right there. You couldn't stop AI off the dribble.
Nope.
If you kick it to Kobe, you're done. You're Kareem with the
nasty guy hook. Yeah. So I'm 2, 3. I'm like whatever. I'm set with that. Would be my second group. So, and then my third group would probably be Isaiah.
Yeah.
Dr. J. That's a 3-point contest. Let me excuse me. Isaiah, Larry Bird, and then, man, my big boy. I gotta have a big boy, don't I? I'm gonna take Mr. 50 and 25, Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah. So I'd go Curry, Duncan. Oh boy.
I know, right? I know, right?
That third one's tough.
That third one's tough, bro.
Yeah. Well, I might throw Barkley in there. Young Barkley.
Philadelphia Barkley.
Yeah.
Or MVP Barkley at Phoenix.
Curry and Duncan. That'd be all right.
Yeah, that's a good group. But they had a good group too. I like Lee's in, but isn't it funny? All three of us had the same two, and then just were like, okay, third. Who do you want?
You can tell we're all probably about the same age.
Yep. You can tell we're really close. But the young boys.
You're a little older, but I mean, speaking for myself and Chris.
Oh wow. On that note, I want to tell everybody, hey, please go to mcsportsnetwork.com. That's www.mcsportsnetwork.com. You can go on there and click on the website, and you can watch any of our past episodes that Drew and I have been on, past live streams. The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, the Unpopular Hour Women Only Wednesday, or After the Storm, our Thunder broadcast. So just doing our Thunder analysis on what the Thunder's doing and that. So, but interesting, Drew, we're getting more and more people commenting and to me and watching views. So, and by the way, I got cut off. Uwe von Schaman was sending me a message about how come I wasn't at the barbershop on Tuesday. Tuesday, Uwe, I eat barbecue, bro. Fridays is barbershop day.
It's watermelon Tuesdays there.
It's watermelon iced tea Tuesday, brother. That's exactly what it is, and it is deliciousness. Trust me on that. And those hot links, boy, I can tell you true. Don't eat more than 2 of them. Don't eat more than one. You eat that second one, boy, go to the bathroom, bro. Woo! Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? You better drink some milk with that. You better have something soothing, trying to cool everything off.
You just do the plain hot link, or you go smokestack with a little beef brisket and a little coleslaw?
Oh no! I don't do that. No.
All right, I'm a smokestack guy.
Yeah, well, see, I like
brisket, a little hot link, a little coleslaw.
Yeah, well, see, I like my hot links whole. I don't like my hot links cut up. I want my hot link whole. Just like my women, I like them whole, bro.
I thought you said old.
Oh, whole, WHOLE.
Because we know that is not the case.
Oh wow, really? Is that what we're doing right now on my live stream? That's what we're doing right now. Now people are laughing like a mother right now. There's no sense in you going there, Drew. Where's Trish at when I need her? She must be out there with her sister or something.
Yeah,
she must have lost control of you. So, anyway, brother, hey, we're on run. Good show today. Glad we got to get on, and hope y'all have fun at the lake. Be safe with the girls, and you guys have a good time.
Where are we going to watch the game?
Tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll hit you up because I've got to be over. I've got to be back over at Santa Fe here at 7. What time's the game? 7:30? 8?
8:15.
Okay. I got to be at Santa Fe because I've got to open the gym at 7 in the morning. So I've got to be over there tonight to set the courts up so I don't have to set them up in the morning. So I'm going to go over there and do that. So I will hit you up at 7 or 7:30, some 7:45 as soon as I'm done, and then we'll pick a place.
Sounds good.
All right, brother. All right, later. Appreciate you.
Later.
That was my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He's 49-27 on his picks thus far in the NBA and in our picks, and we'll go over what he got. He's taking Golden State tonight with the money line plus 150. He's taking Golden State in the first quarter plus 1.5. The first half he's doing an under 110, and then he's doing under 214 for the game. So, and I agree with everything he's doing there. But anyway, that's HuskerDrewPicks.com. If you want to go check that out and make some money, I suggest that you go do that because he has been absolutely on fire with his picks. So that being said, everybody have a fantastic weekend. Everybody be safe. Peace out.